It was almost 2:30 a.m. when the screen flickered, bathing my dark room in a pale glow. The rest of the house was silent, too silent. Even the steady hum of the fridge downstairs felt like it had gone dead, leaving me alone with only the clicking of my keyboard. I wasn't supposed to be awake. My mom had told me countless times to get off the computer at night. But loneliness has a way of making you crave company, even if that company comes from strangers online. I was chatting in a late-night forum, a place where insomniacs, gamers, and bored teenagers gathered to kill time. It was usually harmless memes, ghost stories, confessions. But that night, a new user joined. Their username was SilentWatcher23. They didn't say much at first, just watched, commented here and there. At first, I didn't think anything of it. After all, everyone lurks before they speak. Then they sent me a private message. "Why are you still awake?" It startled me, not because of the question, but because I hadn't said anything about being tired or restless. I shrugged it off, replied with something casual like, "Can't sleep, just bored." Seconds later, they responded, "You shouldn't be awake at this hour. Bad things happen late at night." My stomach twisted. Maybe it was just a troll, someone trying to be edgy. But as I typed back something sarcastic, the typing bubble appeared again. "You're wearing a blue hoodie, right?" I froze. My hand instinctively touched the fabric I was wearing. I hadn't posted a picture. My webcam was off. How did they know? Lucky guess, I told myself, trying to stay calm. But then came another message. "Don't turn around." At that moment, the entire atmosphere of my room changed. The shadows seemed to grow darker, stretching across the walls. My breath caught in my throat. Every instinct screamed at me to move, but fear rooted me in place. Against my better judgment, I turned my head. Nothing, just the familiar messy shelves, posters peeling off the wall, and the half-open closet door. I laughed nervously, typing back, "Nice try. You almost got me." The reply came instantly. "I'm serious. Look at your closet." The screen dimmed, as if my monitor was struggling to keep its brightness. I glanced at the closet again. The door was open wider than I remembered. My heart thudded in my chest. Maybe I had left it that way, but I was sure I hadn't. I typed with trembling fingers, "Who are you?" The answer made me drop my phone onto the desk. "I'm already here." I wanted to scream, but the sound caught in my throat. Every corner of my room felt alive, like unseen eyes were watching me. I forced myself up, walked to the closet, and yanked the door wide open. Empty. Just clothes, shoes, and a pile of junk. Relief washed over me for a moment until I returned to my desk. My webcam light was on. It had been off. I never turned it on. I ripped it from the top of my monitor, but my computer screen flickered violently, filling with static before clearing into an image. It was a live feed of me, sitting at my desk, watching myself in real time, only from an angle that didn't exist in my room. The The camera showed the back of my head, the entire room behind me. But something else was there too. A tall, dark figure standing in the corner. I spun around. Nothing. The room was empty. I was alone. My chest tightened. I wanted to run, scream for my mom, smash the computer. But I couldn't move. My body wouldn't respond. My fingers shook as I tried to shut the PC down, but every attempt failed. The screen stayed locked on the image of that figure, and slowly it began to move closer. I finally found my voice and screamed, bolting out of the chair and tearing through the hallway. My mom woke up, terrified, asking what happened, but I couldn't even explain. All I could do was cry. When we went back to my room, the computer was off. The webcam light was dark. Everything seemed normal. Maybe too normal. For weeks, I couldn't sleep without the lights on. I avoided late-night forums. I taped over my camera, even when the computer was shut down. But the worst part was what happened that night. It was what followed. Because sometimes, when I scroll through my phone late at night, I see it. Not on my camera, not in my room, but in the reflections of windows, mirrors, even my own eyes. A tall, silent figure, always watching. I've learned something from this. The internet feels safe because you're behind a screen, hidden by words and usernames. But what if it's not the strangers you need to be afraid of? What if it's the ones who already know you, your room, your clothes, your fears? So if you're online late at night and someone asks you why you're awake, don't answer. And whatever you do, never, ever check your closet.